Hey, what's up? This is Jamal Abbott. Thanks for tuning in. Here to talk to you today about 8x8 acquiring Fuse. So, before we get into today's episode, just want to share a disclosure with you. I am an 8x8 customer and stakeholder, but these views and opinions expressed by me are by me and independent of any other thoughts or anything like that. So just want to let you know that these are my own thoughts and not coming from anybody else. So for today's episode, we're going to be talking about 8x8's acquisition of Fuse. This just came out today. And the important thing about this deal is that this allows 8x8 to expand their customer base, their presence on a global basis. And this deal is being done for $250 million in cash and stocks. So I'll be reading a couple highlights for you from the press release, and we'll just go ahead and dive right into this. So according to the press release, 8x8 will acquire Fuse for approximately $250 million in stock and cash. Just like I mentioned, the acquisition will accelerate 8x8 XCaaS, which is Experience Communications as a Service. This is their integrated unified communications and contact center cloud communication platform that is a differentiated offering in the market. So this accelerates XCaaS innovation and expands 8x8's enterprise customer base and global presence. So this transaction is expected to close during 8x8's fourth quarter, and that's actually calendar year of 2022 when that's going to be taking place. Another note here from the press release says the acquisition of Fuse expands our operational scale and extends our global presence as we meet enterprise demand for our XCaaS, integrated UCaaS, and CCaaS solution. Also here too says acquiring Fuse will further support innovation and development of 8x8 XCaaS, a single vendor integrated unified communications as a service, contact center as a service, and communications platform as a service solution. So you heard there from the press release, this particular acquisition is going to knock out a couple of objectives for them. The main one is to expand their platform and to expand their customer base. So you can't go wrong with that. So as far as additional details with this, and this is where my insights come into play, I did listen to the conference call today, and heard some more insights as to what this acquisition means to them. And pretty much they just reiterated what was stated in the press release. There were some congratulations as well as some just surprises, knowing that there's been consolidation in the market. So he recently, with RingCentral acquiring the assets of Mitel, as well as Vonage being acquired by Ericsson. So this particular deal, I guess I would say it's surprising, but not necessarily surprising since we have seen these changes here in the market recently. But as a customer and a stakeholder of 8x8, it is reassuring to see that the company is still moving forward with their plans to address this market with their solutions, with their products and services. So one of the things I like about 8x8 is the fact that they do have an integrated solution with their unified communications and contact center offering. I'm just the big opinion that these things should be integrated, and there's not to say there's nothing wrong with having the best of breed solutions, but just from my own personal experience in dealing with these things on a technical basis, it makes it nice when these things work together well, and that's thought about in the beginning versus having two separate solutions that may not work together completely. So it's going to take some time for this integration to take place. They've also talked about too during the conference call, they're going to give the option for Fuse customers to still be supported on their existing platform, but then give them an option to migrate over to the XCaaS platform in due time. And there's also some mention too about some additional features. So whatever is like good and best with the Fuse platform, and then what's good and best with the 8x8 platform, and that being available to all customers sometime down the road. So we'll see how that plays out. And the last thing I want to mention too is just the reaction from the market. So looking at the stock price today, the stock for 8x8 definitely took a beating. I'll just say I think it was down somewhere between 10 and 12%. But that's just a reflection of investors' either comfort level or maybe just different viewpoints as to how they felt about this transaction today. So there's some other factors there at play too. The market's definitely going through some things with the new variant out there for COVID-19, but definitely there was some say mixed reactions to the news that came out from 8x8 today. So I look at this as a positive. When you see a company looking to expand and to broaden the horizons, that's a good thing, and it's a sign that 8x8's being aggressive and they want to do what they can do to set themselves apart from the rest of the markets, and I think they have a pretty good shot at doing this. So time will tell how this plays out, and looking forward to see how this new acquisition will benefit not only for 8x8 but for those customers that are on the Fuse platform. But that's it for this episode. I thank you so much for tuning in. And if you want to contact me, there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can reach me via email. It's Jamal@thephoneguy.com, and that's THA, thephoneguy.com. Shoot me a message there. You can also reach me on my website, jamalabid.com. There's also a section there for contact, and you can drop me a line there. You can also text me too, 725-500-5132. Shoot me a note there, and would love to hear your feedback on what you thought about this episode and anything else that you may have questions about. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, we'll talk soon.